Hey, what's up, Clara? How you doing, man? Doing better after your grandma died? Well, glad to hear you're doing better, man. Speaking of grandparents dying, I'm kind of some part of like old me, like not old like a long time ago old, but like older me now, like adult me, is kind of disappointed that I didn't get the chance to get to know my grandpas. Um, in fact, actually, I had three grandpas. So my mom's dad, my dad's dad, and then my dad's stepdad. And I didn't know what kind of people they were. Like the old, like, oh man, my ping is high. All right, sorry, I'm gonna have to try and reconnect. Let's see if we can get better ping. Yeah, so like adult matured me is kind of disappointed that I didn't get the chance to get to know what kind of men they were. Just so like I'd have more examples to follow. And yeah, but then like a present me, I don't know, like I guess those are the same people, but like the part of me that's here now is happy that they went away when I was young, when I sort of didn't really understand anything at the time. Like I didn't really get to know them. I didn't really get close to them. Oh man, my ping is still high. I didn't really get close to them, so I didn't form a sort of attachment to them. So like, I'm not as devastated as I would be losing them. My brother's still sad about my grandma's death 2 days ago. Actually, my mom moved to Indonesia so she can see her mother. Indonesia, wow. Oh, so like, okay. Your hometowns are pretty far out, huh? Okay, 240, that's better ping. What is this immune to? Malaysia and Indonesia are very far away. Yeah, they are. Nice to live in Malaysia. What's up in Malaysia, man? I don't hear... maybe it's because I'm not really the type of person to just watch vlogs. Right? I don't know, like... I have this, like, thing where I don't like watching videos that talk about things that are cool, but I can never have. It's like... all I'm doing is... at least I know that for some people that's like they see the entertainment in it, and as I should also see the entertainment in it, and like getting like learning new stuff about stuff that I would otherwise not learn on my own. But like sometimes, not all the time though, sometimes what I see is something cool, that I will never have. Like I remember back in 2015 was, let's see, 2015, yeah. So around 2014, yeah, like no, early 2015, yeah, early 2015 throughout like 2015 and for the next like several years, I got really into watching phone and laptop reviewers, and that was mostly because I was planning to buy a smartphone, like my own smartphone for the first time, and so I wanted to do as much research as I could. So I did, and then I really got into it, and then I don't know, like every video that all the channels that I subscribed to, I watched, like, and every piece of information that I could get my hands on, I took, and it was always exciting to me, and then at some point I sort of got fed up thinking, whoa, that's so cool, and then I realized, well, okay, that's something really cool that I'm never gonna have. What a cool phone, what a cool laptop, really cool specs, and then I'm never gonna have that, and then I sort of just stopped. Pinoy is live, let's go. what, what, what's up, Saki? How you doing, man? I've been depressed lately. Haven't found gaming fun a lot. You still love playing games? No, I don't. You should find something else to do, man. Like really, that's okay. I'm not gonna do my requests today because your requests, doing the weekly request counts as encounter stage points. Sorry, my wife messaged me about they count towards encounter points, and today I still have a couple of rewards to claim from the music event, and we got Windtrace stuff, and they both expire at the same time in 6 days from now. And if I'm counting this right, so from what I remember, I needed to claim 7 of the rewards from this event to fully get 4 points. And so 3 means less than 2 points. And I remember each of these gives slightly less than 1. So if I claim 3 of these, and then all of this, that'd be 4 encounter points. So 3, okay, and how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hang on. 6 plus 6. Okay, that's 12. Alright, so if I claim 3 of these, is that right? Yeah, 3. Okay, 3. But I'd have 9. That's 4, 13. And claiming 3 of these will get me less than 3. So I'd have to claim 4 and then do 1 daily commission per day. So that would net me 13, 4. So that would give me what, 4 days? 4 days. So plus today. Okay. 4 day. What day is it today? Tuesday. All right, so 4. So including the one today, that would be 5 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. And then I could do my weeklies on Sunday. Or I could just do, you know what? I'm going to do my weeklies today. Yeah, and then I'll just claim the last of those on Sunday. Yeah, just find something else to do, man. So keeping yourself busy with something that it doesn't have to be something that you really enjoy doing. Like you can just, it just has to be something you don't hate. Something you don't hate that you can actually benefit from. I don't know, like get a job or something, right? Get a part-time job. I don't know like how old you are. From what I remember, you're pretty young, so I don't think that's possible. Or I don't know, like maybe not a job, but like just do some chores or like do other people's chores and like like in I know this is a thing in, I don't know if this is still a thing today in America, but like, come on, get, you're so far apart. It's so annoying. They just won't clump up. Like yeah, like ask other people, just do other people's chores and then like try and get paid for it or something. Like anything. Try and find something to do. Something that benefits you, that's something that also is something that you don't hate. Because what I've found, at least for me, is when I'm bored and when I'm bored with nothing to do and like the few video games that I play, I just like, I'm not in the mood to play it. Like for example in Genshin's case, right? Like there's nothing to do once you've done your daily stuff. So then what? What if I have free time but then I'm too tired to do something that is like labor intensive or requires a lot of my attention. I just want to do something chill. Then I can't find anything. Then I just get bored. And when I get bored is where the trouble starts. Because then I will have time to think about the stuff about my life that I don't like, that I'm not happy about. But a couple of years ago, well, quite a few years ago actually, I worked this job where I was a 3D environment modeler, and I was so busy that I didn't have time to worry about anything else. I was just wake up and then, okay, what time is it? Is it time for lunch yet? Is it time for breakfast yet, or whatever? Am I hungry? Do I need to eat? No? Okay. Get to work. Alright. What haven't I finished? Yes? Okay. Make breakfast, make lunch, whatever it is. Or go get breakfast, go get lunch. And then, okay, when I'm done, alright. What haven't I finished? Right, so like and because it was my job, like I was getting paid to do it, then it benefited me. And it was a job that I didn't hate. So it was fine. I just downloaded Wuthering Waves to try and see if I enjoy the story. So the official playdate is on the 23rd. You can already download it? I mean, I guess it's possible. Yeah. Alright. Never mind. Okay, I just thought like, okay, why would they let people download it already? Right? Like it's not even release date. Like they could make a couple tweaks and stuff, and then like Okay, they could just update it or something. Like if they changed anything from the current version today. And while it might be harsh to say this, and some people will agree with this, but some people will think like it's so harsh. But I do agree that it's harsh. I agree it's harsh, but I also agree that it is true. That if you are like most people, not everyone today. Like I know that some people that are experiencing depression today. I understand that some of them really do have something, like some, how would I describe a condition, right? Like some what's the word? Physical, like I don't know what the proper terminology for it is, but basically a connection between the brain and body. There's something wrong with it that is making it so that they experience this. Or maybe like it's just, like you're recently in a car crash and you used to be this really good athlete. You're like really good at something, you're really famous at it or whatever. And then all of a sudden you can't do it anymore because like you lost your legs or you lost your arm or something like that, right? Like that's definitely a reason to be depressed. Now like you can't do your job even, right? Because your job was like, let's say you were a baseball player and then now you lost your legs. You can't be a baseball player anymore, so you can't get a job. Well, you can't do what you used to work, like your previous job, which you enjoyed as well and you were also really good at, and you're also physically unable to do most other jobs. So, and let's say you were just an up and coming star, like you didn't get to, like you didn't have a lot of sponsorships yet. Basically you didn't make that much money just yet, so you're now disabled and you have no money and you have a family to feed. Right now that's a definite reason. But I can also, again, like I said earlier, I agree that this is harsh of me to say this, but I also agree that it's true. But if you're depressed and you're like completely physically able, you're not retarded, you're not autistic or whatever, you don't have any physical disabilities, it just means that you're not doing anything. You're not busy enough. You're not busy enough that it allows your dark thoughts. Because you're not busy enough, your brain has time to allow the dark thoughts to creep in. You're not doing enough with your life. It really looks like depression and it's affecting your daily life. There's no shame in seeking professional help. I myself had to go through with medication. It works. Right? Like if it's something that, like for example, if it's a depression, because like there's depression. I know for a fact that there really are some people that are like, they think they're depressed just because like it was suggested to them. Like for example, okay, like remember that time like in the 2000s and in the 2000s where emo was a thing, right? Like right, like and emo, like the aesthetic, the grunge aesthetic and whatever, it was a thing, but it was also like a certain mindset, right? Like people were thinking a certain way, like they were teenagers and they were like realizing they were learning about all this stuff that they had just learned that most adults already know of about reality, about stuff like that, right? And them as a teenager, as this like hodgepodge of imbalanced what's the word I'm looking for? Hormones, emotions because of the hormones. You're a teenager, right? Like your hormones are just starting to kick in, and like you are just, it's a mess. Like being a teenager is a mess. So it's really hard to go through like learning about that stuff and taking it seriously as a teenager, because you're bound to take it way too seriously. Like for example, realizing that, oh, one day I'm gonna die. One day my parents are gonna die before I do, and I'm gonna have to live without them. Right? Like when you fully understand that, oh, this is actually gonna happen, but then you're too young to accept it. That's, yeah, like that's the terrible this terrible timing, but a lot of people do go through that, so it's only natural. But nowadays with, okay, so all right, man, I'm trying to explain something so like abstract that I don't know how to explain it. So it's abstract, but there's also like plenty of examples that I just took I guess like an idea from, and now I've sort of got this like bigger picture of it in my head that I don't know how to explain, because like it all feels abstract to me, but it also in my head I understand it. So okay, let's dial time back a little bit. Dial back to like the 2000s. So the 2000s, we already had cable TV. Of course, the internet was already there, but it was like a very different internet than we have today, where the internet, like there was no, well, there were very few ways to monetize the internet, or like your business using the internet. So there were some video games, some online video games, right, like MMORPGs or whatever. And what else, right? Like the idea of making videos and blogs, right? Blogs, like not vlogs, but blogs, blogging websites were not a thing. Like the only way at the time to monetize using the internet was through developing a video game and like figuring out how to make money off of your online video game. And what that means is there are no people at all, zero people making videos, talking about their opinions, and sharing their experiences, unless if they just wanted to, which means very few people that are doing that. Now, okay, so there's something good and something bad about that. Something bad, the downsides of that is we had much, I guess, less internet to go through, right? Like we had much less places to find entertainment from. What else? We had much less information to do research on or whatever. Okay, I'll do Windtrace like later. I have to use up my resin on my other accounts first. And okay, we had a much smaller internet, much less information flowing through everyone, much less access to freely available information. Okay, downsides, right? Okay, so those are some downsides. Now, upsides were also sort of the same reasons, because we had much less access to information back then. That also meant that there were less opportunities for us to um to be exposed to be exposed to information that like at first glance, while we're reading it, while we're watching it, while we're listening to it, makes us feel like, oh yeah, that's right. Like you feel like you're learning something. You feel like, oh, I finally met someone, or see that someone else has the same problems as me, right? Something you can connect to and relate to. But then, like, in the long term is actually harmful for you. Like, okay, um for example, now I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against like the LGBT, whatever they call it nowadays. But I'm very old fashioned. And I'm old fashioned, and at the same time, I believe in what humans evolved to, right? Like, we evolved to be male and female, not kind of male and kind of female. Like that didn't happen in evolution. That is a man-made sort of branch of evolution. And when I say man-made, like, it's not physical. It didn't happen naturally. Sure, you can go get surgery or something and then become a true male or a true female, but then it's not natural, right? Like, it didn't come through evolution. It came by artificial means. Now, okay, like, physical aspects of it aside, there's so many more dudes nowadays that will openly admit that they're gay, that they're not, no, they're not, like, and a lot of them will actually, they're like, so here in the Philippines, we have this, we have a lot of dudes that will, I don't know what the word I should use here, like, that will engage with males, and they will also engage with females, and like, it sort of just depends on their mood. Like, it doesn't change like every day, but it changes, like, seems to change like every couple of years, where like they'll have a boyfriend today, and a couple years down the line they'll have a girlfriend, and they'll have a kid, and then like a couple of years into that marriage, they'll break up, and then he'll have a boyfriend or something. And today, there are so many more of these. So many more dudes that will openly admit that they're gay. So many dudes that will engage with males or females, and or females rather. And so, but that's today, 2024. And the reason why I mentioned the 2000s and the 1990s was, we had, okay, and going back to what I mentioned earlier, we had much less access to information that initially we might feel like is either entertaining or rewarding, or satisfying to consume, but in the long term is actually harmful. And by that, there are many examples of this. One is, okay, let's say, okay, 2024, there are now so many ways to monetize just being on the internet, right? Like, for example, making videos, writing blogs, what else, streaming, even making a website, whatever, right? Like, there's so many ways to monetize being on the internet and doing stuff on the internet, and right, like, even sharing your thoughts and sharing your life and your experiences is easily monetizable in modern times. And that also includes people that, I would say are, oh, come on, dear, all right. Is my ping high? Yes, it's high. I'm not playing at 300 ping. Jeez. I'm gonna try and reconnect, see if we get lower ping. So we have a lot of people that how would I best describe them? That might have personalities and or beliefs or ideas that may be entertaining, that may seem informational to you at first glance, but then in the long term severely, like very strongly affect. Still 300 Gs. Okay. I'm not at Thermopylae, so I'd rather not be 300. I'm not at the hot gates. I'm not in Sparta, so I don't need 300 today. Okay, so yeah. As I was saying, like we have so much more exposure now to these people, right? Again, nothing wrong against them. I have nothing against them. Nothing wrong with having those types of personalities. Oh, hey, what's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? It really looks like. Let's see. Oh no, still wait. Oh man, my ping is unstable. 260, 280. Oh jeez, I don't know if I. Okay, whatever. We'll give it a try. Why did I come back here? Why am I... Didn't I just... Wait. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I was on my third account. Okay. Dylan, hey, welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome to come chill with us, man. I don't know if you heard me for the last few minutes, but like I was rambling about like the stream that started, right? Like how many minutes have we been? Okay, half an hour into the stream, and I'm already discussing like really deep and sort of dark topic. So like I mean, I don't know, like feel free to join in or open up your own topic, whatever. But yeah, it's sort of like what we've gotten into today. Really looks like depression is affecting your daily life. There's no shame. Oh, by experience, there's really no use in pondering by yourself. You have to go out of your comfort zone, otherwise you'll just be stuck. That's true. Yeah, like because if you're sad about where you are now, then like just leave. Go find something else to do, right? Go do something else. Go change your mind. Change the way that you live. If you're miserable with the way you live now, your mindset, you're like, and it's not just one thing. It's like many of those things combined together to make you a person, the person that you are now. And if you are miserable and sad or angry about what you are now or who you are now, then like go do something that that you haven't done, right? Anything like something that you're pretty sure you won't hate. Right? Like at the very least, just, take that. Like just think about whether you might hate it or not, and then don't do that, and then like do other stuff, whatever, anything else. Internet really shaped the world today. Yeah, like in my opinion, it shaped the world in, I think, a worse way. I think so. It's great that we have so much more opportunity at our fingertips today. Like even so, going back to like something I mentioned earlier, about being like an example that I stated earlier about like being disabled and stuff like that, right? Like even like a professional, like I don't know, football player who recently got seriously injured in a car accident can still find employment, right? And that is all thanks to, like, mostly thanks to the internet. And without the internet, they would just be like hopeless. But it's also introduced all these issues that we have today, like cybersecurity, right? Cybersecurity, lack of privacy. What else? Our personal data being sold without our knowledge, right? And just being like, I guess, just being screwed from behind and being okay with it by these mega corporations because we rely too much on their services. RIP ping. Funny Wua's recommended server for me is America server, kinda weird. But there's Asia, and there's also a Southeast Asia server. So when you say okay, all right, we should have this short conversation for at least a little bit. Shinrin, are you sure it's the server they recommended? Because it might just be like, I don't know, like the default server, the server that it just so happened to default to when you opened the game, or like opened the launcher or whatever. And it might not be the server that they recommend, because like that's a big mistake that I made in Genshin, thinking that when I log in for the first time with my account, I assumed that the server that it defaulted to was the server that they recommended to me based on my ping, based on my location, or whatever. So I just went with it. And here I am, 3 years later, still in Asia, in the Philippines, but on the North America server of a game where basically everything is online and not is server side instead of client side. And I am struggling to log in, log out, and reconnect multiple times just to connect to a better server. 3 years later, with no way to switch to a different server, and with all my account data. So are you sure it's what they recommended, or is it just what so happened to be like the default option that they gave you? Best thing I ever did, wax learn. Best thing that I ever did, wax learn to give to not unimportant stuff. Gonna have to forgive me for being quiet, RJ. I came home from shifty camping trip to watch my favorite hockey team. Okay. Eliminated. Oh, that's, man. That's rough. That's rough. You put in all that effort, and then, like, okay, you know what? Okay, here's a funny thing. That I only recently finally understood, like, why people are so, like, emotionally invested in something like, okay, like in my dad's case, for example, for him it was basketball. It was the NBA. Like watching, it never has been able to actually go to like a real NBA game, but he always watched it. Like he would watch like the live event, like, because it's in America, it would be at night where we are, and then he would watch the replay again tomorrow. But like, it seemed like he was so emotionally invested into it, even though like he wasn't betting against anyone or whatever. Like there was nothing practical involved, just emotion. And I only recently finally understood how that feels. And what's funny is that it's not even sports for me. It's esport. I recently started following the pro StarCraft Brood War scene, and I did sort of follow it a long time ago, but I also didn't really understand what was happening. I sort of just watched games and thought, whoa, that's cool. Like, just young, like, 14-year-old me didn't understand really. And now that I do understand it, like, I recently started following the pro StarCraft Brood War scene, and like, I was like, for some reason, I was really, really rooting for this one pro, and I was really rooting for him to win um, the like, they have many tournaments like in StarCraft Brood War, especially because it's like, it's a video game. It's a video game that's way past its peak, so there isn't just like one giant event sponsored by like you know, a lot of sponsors and like one mega corporation for like a giant prize pool, but you know, like, there's like there's more like a bunch of little tournaments that they some smaller sponsors, and sometimes even the pros themselves sponsor them. They sort of pool their money together to come up with a prize pool, and making money off of streaming, stuff like that, right? And then like coming together to form like these tournaments on their own. But there is this one. I don't think it's annual. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not annual, because I think I remember last year they had two. I don't know, like, seasonal. I don't know. Sort of premium tournament that it is sort of like the one reference that people use to decide, oh, this guy's the best player this year or like this season. And it's called ASL, and I was really rooting for him to win in ASL, because he's gotten the runner-up in ASL for 2 seasons so far. I think this is, yeah, ASL 17 or 18, I don't remember. 2 out of like 17 or 18 seasons, and like almost every season that he's joined, he's been like really far into the tournament, like all like top 8, top 4, in some cases top 2. And I was really rooting for him. I also really enjoy how he plays. Like, it's so, I don't know, like, it, I don't know how to explain it. He plays with so much finesse, I guess is how I would put it. He plays with so much finesse, and like, when he dominates a game, when he wins a game, he's just dominating, and like, he sometimes makes other pros look like they're amateurs. But when he loses, he just barely loses. And that's why I was really rooting for him. And like, I was not happy like when he lost. when he finally got taken out of the tournament. And then I sort of just, I didn't, you know, now I don't, like, since then, I sort of didn't really, don't really watch any more pro games. Like, I do still watch them every now and then, but like, not as much as I did before he got taken out of the tournament. Speaking of camping, I went to one 2 weeks ago. It was a seaside off-grid camping. I got toasted. Toasted? You got toasted snorkeling? Snorkeling above the coral reef is just amazing. So, sorry, what do you mean by you got toasted? Also, that sounds incredible. I mean, it's not something that I would choose to do, but it sounds like, man, like, how would I explain it? It just feels like such a free, like, the words, you know, it sounds weird, like, it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but like, the words that just come to my brain to describe that feeling is like free life. Those are sort of, you're like living life as a free person, I guess, is like how I would describe it. That's so cool. Sports is just IRL anime told from many perspectives. The team I'm a fan of, the Vancouver Canucks, are the best team to never win a Stanley Cup That's sort of exactly the same, the same thing, the same as like the StarCraft Pro that I was really rooting for. He's like one of the best. He's like one of the best pros that hasn't won a title yet. When I was a kid, I watched them lose in the finals, and for the first time since 2011, I had hope in them again. Oh, jeez, that's fan heartbreak. Especially because, like, right, and it's hard not to root for them when they play so well. It's hard not to root for them when they play so well, and like they look like they're really working hard, and like they give you like some of the most entertaining games, right? Like the most cutthroat games, the most the closest calls, right? Or like the most incredible plays. Right? It's hard not to root for someone like that. Man, I got tan. Oh, toasted. Oh, tanned. Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. All right, yeah. I should have put that together. You were a seaside. You went snorkeling. Okay. Thankfully, it wasn't a terrible sunburn. My best friends got toasted as well. Oh, okay. We floated Nivellets. Nivellet style in the CGs. RJ, are you gonna teach your kids self-defense? I mean, I never learned it, so I have nothing to teach them. I never learned it, so I have nothing to teach them anyway. So, no. But if I was someone who was actually taught self-defense, I might. Yeah, I think I would likely teach my kids self-defense too. But hey, I didn't learn anything, so I got nothing to teach, so no. You know when otters sleep in the water, they hold hands? Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. And wait, aren't there otters in Genshin, like somewhere, that do that? I know, oh, that's the wrong team. I know that we got a bunch of otters when Fontaine finally got released, but I don't really remember whether or not there are. Hey, what's up, Lonk? Lonk the Bonk. How you doing, man? Yeah. I swapped a little early. We were down by 1 with 3 minutes to go, and twice we scored with 1 goal playing only 6 seconds left. And it's the second round. I thought Destiny was on our side for once. That sucks. Like when you're given hope. It's like you guys remember from like Avengers Endgame, where Black Widow tracked down Hawkeye, and he became what was his name? Like Ronin, I think. Like the samurai dude that was like killing mafia bosses or something. And then like he just said like, "Don't give me hope." Don't give me hope. he He didn't want it. He didn't want hope. Oh, come on. Worst Monday ever. I'm sorry to hear that, man. So speaking of worst Mondays ever, and I remember the message you said earlier about not thinking about the unimportant things. Yeah, like why don't we get back onto like our like original main topic that we sort of haven't, I guess, like fully moved on for. I guess what I was trying to say is a lot of people nowadays are, quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes here, depressed, or are suffering from depression. I'm still doing air quotes. Because they just think that they're depressed. Because we have so much access to information and other people's opinions and thoughts, and in fact some of those people are not really people that we should be listening to. And by should, I mean like in the long term. In the short term they might be entertaining or satisfying to watch or whatever, but then in the long term they're actually like the information that they're providing us, or like the entertainment they're providing us, is actually like long term harmful. So that's what I mean by should not be watching, or like should not be consuming that type of entertainment or content. But we are, because it's entertainment at our fingertips. It's like very easy to access entertainment. So why not take it, right? Like it's right there. Like we're falling in line at the ATM, waiting to get cash from the ATM. Pull out our phones, right? Pull out our phones and then instantly start scrolling down, or put in or watch YouTube. Put our earphones in and ignore the other human beings that are like lined up next to us. Right? All for the sake of instant gratification, instant entertainment. And because of that, like we have so much easy access to that, I guess, media, like entertainment, that content. Some of them, no, a lot of them, especially nowadays, are just suggesting. Like they're not directly suggesting it, but like because they're showing us like, oh, this is me, I'm okay, this is what I'm doing with life, and like this is what I do, etc., etc. They are becoming examples for us to think that, oh, this is okay. Oh, this is okay, he's doing it, a lot of people are watching him and they're okay with it. So this is okay. It's okay for me to become like this. It's okay for me to become gay. It's okay for me to become to become depressed, because he's also depressed, and it's normal nowadays. It's normal. People are depressed nowadays because we have war, we have suffering, we have whatever. Dude, we got World War I and World War II, and we had like what, the Cold War. We had like the Korean War. We had the Vietnam War. We had so many other wars way back then, and people weren't depressed. People weren't depressed back then. They were too busy trying to survive. They were too busy trying to make sure they had food for tomorrow. And from what I mentioned a little bit earlier, a lot of people, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who are truly depressed because like there's something wrong with their like with their hormones, their genetics or whatever. There's something wrong with their physiological like the physiological aspect of their life, like the connection between mind and body. There's something wrong with it. Or like maybe I don't know, whatever, right? Or maybe they went through like a traumatic experience. They went through something that actually physically and practically affects their life negatively. And yes, I would say it's fair to be depressed because of those things. But being depressed because like what? Why? I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. You're not depressed, you're bored. I don't know what to do with life. I don't find video games entertaining anymore. I don't find watching movies entertaining. Like the videos on YouTube on my subscription feed are not entertaining to me anymore. I'm depressed. No, you're not. You're just bored. You gotta go find something better to do with your life is what you gotta do. Are you okay? No, I'm just complaining at like all the quote unquote depressed people today. Like, jeez, I remember I had this one classmate in high school. So he used to be like in primary school. He used to be like one of the smartest, and like he still was even in high school. Like he used to be like one of the smartest kids in our class. In fact, like he remained in the first section. So, okay, I don't know if you guys know about this, but like here in the Philippines, I don't know what it would be called in other countries, but here in the Philippines, like if you're, obviously classes, I think in most places in the world can only be up to like around 40 or 50 students each. And if your school has a lot more than that, a lot more students than that trying to like they want to go to your school, and there's like 120 like grade 1 students or 100 like 200 grade, like 8th grade students or something, right? It's like, so obviously you have to divide them, and the way we were divided here, in fact I think this is still the case today. The way that they divide classes is like they divide it into what we call sections. And the first section is most of the time is like the best students. They have the best grades, etc. And then when I was like in primary school, it used to be like the first, second, third, and so on. Like it used to be like the smartest to the dumbest. Like it used to, like the last section used to be like the kids with the worst grades and like with the most troublemakers. And sorry, what boss is this? Okay. And but when I got to high school, what I noticed was it did like the last section did not. In fact, I was in the last section, I think. Yeah, no, like there wasn't even numbering. It was just the first section and then everybody else. And they seemed to be not based by grades anymore. Like the first section seemed to be based by grades, but everyone else seemed to be based on their personalities or like the types of people that they could be, I guess, engaged with. Like, because what I noticed was like most of the students in my class and in the other sections seemed to be compatible, like a little bit more compatible with each other than they were with the other kids in the other section. So it seemed to be like more the personality, I guess. Like they probably like socially profiled all of us, just to have the least problems, the least social problems. Okay, we're done. Good. What server do you play on? NA, North America. So why did I get on this topic? Why did I suddenly start talking about this? I don't remember. Not humping. Hey, what are you guys talking about humping? To quote the song, tube humping. I get knocked down, but I get back, get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Tub thumping. Tube humping's wild. Did this become so philosophical? It was like the what we were talking about, like about I don't know, like 20 minutes ago, and then like I went on like a I went on a bit of a detour talking about other stuff, and like I feel like the topic sort of didn't really have like a good closing. We didn't really like close it off properly, so like I went back to it. Hormone therapy for exchange is a thing in the Philippines too. Hormone therapy. I don't think I've heard of people talk about that. Hormone therapy, but sex change definitely is a thing. Yeah, like really only the rich people can do it, but it's not very common here. Like, yeah, it's not very common, but there are quite a few people that have done it. Oops. This is the first time I heard Arlecchino JP dub. Really? It sounds pretty cool too. It sounds quite menacing. Wait a moment. Battle Pass level 50? Oh, okay. You know, all right. So I think I've said this every month at this point, that every time I hit Battle Pass 50, I immediately feel like, oh no, we're headed into the next version update. Because and it's not wrong, like although that's still 2 weeks away, but like typically by the time that I hit Battle Pass 50 is usually when the current patch starts to die down. Like that's usually when the main event is finished of that version update. And like we're sort of just getting like smaller events afterwards, and then at some point we're gonna have something like a ley line. What's the thing that gives you like double stuff? A ley line thing, or the XP books thing, or no, not XP books. Talent book thing. I forgot, but yeah, like it's man, is this it? Are we headed into 4.7 already? All right, time for the third account that I logged into already, and then accidentally switched away from 3 accounts. Yes. I think the stream is Friday. Really? Wait, did they announce it yet? Special program? Okay, how's my ping? 240, I think is okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. I swear 1 account is enough for me. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm happy having 3 accounts. Okay, let me explain. You know, alright. So, to sum it up, I wish I only had 1 account. Like, really. Truly. So, the reason why I even made the second account was... So, when I started Genshin, that was way back then. That was like... 1.0? Yeah, 1.0. Not day 1, but certainly very early. And... I'm an idiot, right? Like, I'm not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. And... So, I was sort of just following the main story quest, and Genshin was also the very first of this type of video game that I ever played. I don't refer to Genshin the game as like a gacha game, because gacha is its monetization, but like the gameplay itself is like, what is it, open world sort of RPG-ish, right? And this is the first of its type that I ever played, so I didn't really know what was going on. So I was just following. I was just trying to follow the main story quest, like the yellow quest, the one that would mark yellow on the map. And then I got to the point in the Liyue Archon quest where it said, you need to be AR something to continue this quest. And then I didn't know what daily commissions were. I didn't know what events were. In fact, like there was a Liban event, and then it just like I went in here, and then I just it said Liban is somewhere in Mondstadt with gifts if you give him something. And then I immediately thought, oh well, I'm gonna have to like go hunting for something and then give it to this guy, and then he'll give me rewards. And then but because like before this, you missed the yeah, I did. This was 1.0. I have no idea what I was doing. And the video games that I came from were MMORPGs, and like I don't know what to call. I guess Rockin was like a third-person PvP game. It's not fully PvP, but like it's mostly PvP is the most fun in that game. And the rewards that you get from these types of games, like in an MMORPG, for example, let's say you're on a quest like kill 20 La Wolves or whatever type of monster, and then you get like X amount of XP, and then like cool, great, that's gonna save me like an hour of manually leveling up myself. But then that's it. Like it's not, it's not nothing, but it's also not much. Right? Where so like I thought, oh, I gotta go hunting for something, and like, okay, it's gonna give me something that I probably will just keep in my inventory forever that I'll never use. So that was me. That was my mindset at the time. So yes, I did I did miss a marvelous merchandise alongside like all the other events at the time. But yeah. So okay, right, I didn't have any more main story quests to follow, and I didn't really want to just go exploring myself, like blindly exploring. So I thought, because it was new to me. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was so cool. So I made a second account, and I did the Archon quest again. I did the Archon quest again. And then how did I? Oh, I guess I did do dailies. I don't even remember it very clearly anymore. But I think I did do daily commissions, which is like, like I thought, okay, I went in here and I'm like, oh, they're gone, and then like I didn't know when they would come in. Like I didn't think it was like it would refresh daily. I thought, oh, they're gone. And then like a couple hours later, I logged in, and because I'm on the North America server, but I'm in the Philippines, so the daily server reset for me is 5 p.m. my time. So I logged out today, like in the morning, and then logged in the evening again, and I noticed, oh, they're here again. And I'm like, okay, let's do these. And then I leveled up. I got enough ARXP, I leveled up. I did that enough times, and then I got to the high enough AR that I was able to continue to the Liyue Archon quest. and then I was like, oh, okay, all right, oh, this is awesome. And like at that point, I started to know a little bit more about what I needed to do and stuff like that. So I just kept going on my main account. But I also kept going on my second account. So, okay, for a very long time, I had 2 accounts. And the third account was sort of like... It was sort of an accident. Back in 1.2, it was Dragon's Pain. Dragon's Pain. That's a good one. I like that. Not Dragon Spine, it's Dragon's Pain. What is this thing immune to? Pyro, okay. So the third account was, so I had a bunch of reroll accounts because, like, I sort of, at some point, I at least knew about daily commissions. I knew about, like, the Archon quest, etc. But, I still didn't know how to build characters. And I did not have a very good roster of characters yet. This was, like, 1.0, 1.1. I was trying to build a DPS Kaching because apparently back in those days Kaching was like only second to Diluc as a DPS. And thank goodness I never got a Chi-Chi, because like if I had a Chi-Chi then I probably would have built her, because apparently Chi-Chi was an S tier healer back then. So I didn't really know how to build characters just yet back then. Like I just put as much attack into everyone. In fact, like on my main account, I have a level 80 flute. Not the 1.0 Genshin daily list. And then Hu Tao and Ganyu ruined the meta. They did. Well, I guess they ruined what the meta was back then. I guess immune to pyro. Yeah, okay, so this thing. Bennett was banished, and Xiangling was an S tier physical DPS. And then nowadays we don't really say that Xiangling was a DPS. It was more like Crescent Pike was the physical DPS and not Xiangling. So, okay, so what I got bored, and then like a bunch of these reroll videos were coming out, and they were like really fast. Like some of them were like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 12-minute reroll. So I, like at some point I was caught up in the Archon quest. I was just coming back to do dailies and stuff. So I thought, okay, you know what? Why don't I reroll? I'm still like AR. I wasn't even AR 40 at the time yet. I think I was just like AR 38 or something like that. Rust Fischl. Rust Fischl. They redefined it. Well, they ruined what the meta was at the time. There was already a doing air quotes here, meta at the time. So Ganyu and Hu Tao destroyed that meta. They ruined that meta and they created their own meta. Immune to electro damage. Okay, cool. Rust Fischl. What's funny though is like we didn't even get a character that was actually good with Rust until after a very long time. Right? Like when did Yoimiya come out? Like 2.1? Something like that. 2.1. that was like so much later on. So okay, and so what I was doing was like I kept running into, because I was just raising weapons left and right. I had no idea what weapons I needed to raise. I kept running out of this thing. So at some point I looked up, okay, where to find these things. I looked up like the interactive map. The official HOYO one didn't exist yet back then. So I looked on the map. I was like, whoa, there's too many of these things. And then like, okay. At some point, I got bored enough that I actually went to find all of them. And then I kept doing that. And then I started to notice, oh, apparently, there's like some of these respawn every day and some of these don't respawn every day. And then I started to look a little bit more into it. And there was a little bit of information about it. But it was, I don't know, like it was good information, but it also wasn't completely accurate. Like, it wasn't as accurate as I wanted the information to be. So I started to just I kept farming myself, and I noticed more and more exact details myself. And that was the first videos. Those were the first videos that I made. Although I don't think I did a very good job of explaining it. Yeah, I did a pretty bad job of explaining it in my first videos. Like, then that's the wrong team. Literally only Yoimiya. Yeah, right? Like an entirely new region later. Still better than Bell, which I leveled on my old account. You did? Why? What for? I mean, Child's okay with the rest. Yeah, I guess. But then, like, okay, I don't fully understand how how to trigger what is it? Riptide? Yeah. I think you trigger it by, like, when you hit enemies with any of your attacks in your melee stance, they get marked or something, right? And then from what I can see, I guess I really haven't used Child for that much. I have him on this account, but like I got him, I leveled him, and then I was like, I'm too stupid to play this. This is like this is too hard for me to play. So I just since then just benched him. And from the little time that I spent playing him, his Riptide seemed to proc when you did a charged attack on enemies that had been marked already. I don't know if that's right. Or maybe there was just an interval that was lining up well with his charged attacks. I don't know. So like, I do have, well, I did have, I don't know where my rust is now. I used to have rust on Child back then, but I really didn't want it to be rust on Child. In fact, I raised Stringless too, and then I put it on Child, but then I realized I'm too stupid to do a proper rotation to vape his burst consistently. So I gave up on that idea. I just saw a purple claymore for Batman and said good enough. Purple purple claymore for Batman, good enough. Moral support Tartaglia for Nivelet. I tried it. I don't know. I don't think it works on me. Oh no, yeah, because like I think it really, yeah, because it's Hydro. So no, it doesn't work on non-C1 Nivelet, I think, because you lose too much damage from like losing the Draconic stack. It's kind of okay with Farina because you get so much damage percent from Farina to try to make up for like the lost third stack. But I don't know. I don't think Tartaglia's talent level makes up for it. I remember trying it on day one when I finally built my Nivelet, and I was like really disappointed. I already gave Wolf's Gravestone to my Eula? Well, I guess that's not too bad. Chongyun, Eula, Shenhe, Kazuha. Hey, that works. So does any other unit with Chongyun and Shenhe and Kazuha. Something about crit hits in melee stance? Ah, I see. Mono Cryo Eula is wild. My Eula is stuck with a fish claymore. Oh, the attack thing. It's not too bad. And didn't that thing give like burst damage or something? Mono plus Kazuha. I don't know. Like I think anyone It's like, it's like Xianyun, right? Like Xianyun and C6 Bennett. Like it just works with everyone. It just so happens that Shenhe was the first version, and she was just like cryo specific, whereas with Xianyun doesn't infuse, but she gives the big damage bonus, and Bennett it does the infusion. It's version 1. Genshin's reactions might as well not have been a thing. Go below 20%. Nice. Alright. Apparently the event was bugged. Which bug? Which event? Oh, the event to get the fish claymore? Sorry, what happened? If you got the last medallion before you got the last chest would despawn. What? That was a thing? Oh my god, wait. Really? The first anniversary event. Really? I don't remember ever hearing about that. Man, that sucks. Oh man, that sucks. Like, despite having 3 accounts, thankfully I didn't experience any of that. But man, that's terrible. And what's bad about it is that, like, while I've never found an excuse to use the fish claymore, but it's not a bad weapon actually. Like, if I just so happen to not have any more usable claymores, I would actually raise that thing. Either that or somehow couldn't find a single chest over 3 days. What event was that again? I don't remember anymore.
怖いか？それとも恐怖を抱く勇気すらないか？この燃え上がる炎で。私は帰ってきた。少しはまともになってきた。
Oh, I made a mistake. I did the only shield outside, and I didn't get the crystallized reaction. So I don't have 3 stacks now.
カウントダウン開始だ。剣女盤石。 私と打ち合う気か。漠然と逃げ惑う囚われ者の獣の群れのようだ。私は最後。いいだろう。私に挑む資格を認めてやる。
It was the first anniversary event. I sort of don't remember what the event was anymore, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But man, that kind of sucks. It's not a bad weapon. It's not like an incredible weapon that everybody's gonna use it all the time. But some people who just don't have a better claymore, which is very possible. Even even after having played this game like since then, it's still very highly possible. 私は難攻不落。落車のリーフ痛くしちゃうかも。神戸を垂れろ。
全ての始まりに過ぎぬ。
Okay, so yeah. My third account was an accident. So earlier I was talking about always running out of the Mystic Enhancement ores. So at some point, I farmed crystal chunks so much that I found out exactly how they worked, and I didn't even look it up myself. I got the initial information, and then I used that, and I kept doing it myself, and then I just found out by doing it so many times. I found out exactly how they worked, and so I made a video about it, or a couple of videos about it, which I very poorly explained. And oops. And yeah, so I kept farming it. And what I realized was that, so back then Inazuma didn't exist, so we really only had the crystal chunks that we had, the crystal chunks that we had in Mondstadt and Liyue, which if you farmed every single one every day and every 3 days would be just enough for you to be able to craft 30, which is the maximum, Mystic Enhancement ores every day. But what I wanted to take a break from farming. I didn't want to farm every day again. I wanted to take 1 day off every couple of days. So what I did was I took one of my reroll accounts, and I got it to a high enough AR that I could do co-op with it, and then I used that to basically feed crystal chunks to my main 2 accounts. And I would just alternate between the 2, which world I would farm, and I would just do co-op with myself. And then, so, okay, because I was already in a low AR world with a high level and built character, I sort of decided, you know what, I'm pretty bored. I might as well do daily commissions while I'm here. So I did the daily commissions of my feeder account with my main 2 accounts. And then it kept going, and it kept going. And then at some point I had enough characters to make me think, well, we got a real account going here. So some of the biggest contributors were Beidou and Sack Claymore. I know it's not a great weapon on her, but it's at least a sort of usable weapon on her. Beidou and C2 Beidou as well. Xingqiu and Sack Sword. Jean. C2 Jean, in fact. At some point, I got Eula. Which, this is the account that I'm talking about, too. Speaking of... Speaking of C2 Jean. Yeah, Jean really made it very far on this account. Jean made it so far this account that, unfortunately, this account is not exactly the luckiest account out there. It loses 50-50s so much. Okay. So let's start with our lowest constellation standard character. Okay, so no Dia, no Chi-Chi, thank goodness. I think it's Tainari. Tainari might be my lowest constellation. Yeah, C0, and then Keqing, I think. Yeah, it's C0 as well. Okay, and then you're into our other standard 5 stars, Mona. I think I have C2. Yeah, C2 on this account. And then our next highest constellation count, standard 5 star Diluc on this account, which actually is built, but now he's built for and that's why I got Genuine. He's built for a plunge. Diluc is C5. And this is an account that I sort of made by accident, so it's completely free to play. C5 Diluc, and the pièce de résistance. a C6 gene. Now, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you guys watch Tenha, but I remember Tenha used to upload um, like a wishing video. Like, I think I remember him uploading 2 wishing videos where he just wailed, not his money, but his like the money of the owner of the account he was a whale and he really wanted Jean. Like, he was a whale, but he just couldn't lose 50-50 enough to get enough copies of Jean to get her to C6. Like, in fact, he was wailing on the standard banner just to try and get Jean. I don't know if the guy ever got his C6 Jean at some point because that was so long ago, but if he hasn't and he's like watching this somehow, like, here, like, I will, if you promise to take care of this account, I can sell you this account. Oh man. Feel kind of bad. I at some point I will get Eula here to C2 and she will be slightly less unusable on this account. But that's it. I'm not going any further. Still don't have Chi-Chi on my account? Hey, oh, hey. No need to say it out loud, man. You know what happens when you say stuff like that out loud. Reputation? Did I not claim bounty? Oh, I'm not even done with my bounties. What's wrong with me? Immune to Hydro. So what do you guys think of Windtrace? Like this variation of Windtrace? I think it's pretty fun. It's a little more annoying, I think, because it's a little more like for the rebels. It's a little more teamwork dependent, and so it's a little more dependent on teamwork, and it's a little more annoying as a rebel because like you could easily lose just by having like really bad teammates. But I think it's a lot more fair for the hunter. I went release to 1 patch post Eula. My first run though, realized it killed my battery on my phone faster than I could charge it. Quit, then came back a patch before summer with a brand new. Oh, so so your main account, like your original account, is still out there somewhere. Like you just decided not to use it again. So where do you play now? Like on mobile? Do you still play on mobile now or on PC? Yeah. Alright. Let's go do the event on the main account. I completely ruined my first account on mobile I came back after buying a PS5. Oh yeah. That's right. You play on PlayStation. So, what do you mean by you completely ruined your account on mobile? Like, how do you ruin an account just by playing on mobile? Did I forget to do a boss here? I did. I was sort of confused. I was like, why did I have 70 resin here? I had every character under leveled. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, like new player problems. Yeah, new player induced permanent account damage. All my characters felt clunky and unplayable, leveled everything unevenly, and progressed way too fast. Ah, I see. That's sort of annoying, yeah, because like you level, especially like when you level up your world level, like as often as early as you can, but then like early on in the game, like maybe you didn't know as much as you do now, right? So like it makes you think that, oh man, I wish I'd done this on this character, but like now your world level is too high for your character builds.
闇来たる破滅の時がカウントダウン開始私と打ち合うはっもがく様を見せてくれ 全員を焼き尽くしていない覚えたわよ見届けるといいいや私は帰ってきた褒美をされろ
I hate this about these super mobile bosses, because like Nicolette is such at a disadvantage because you have to keep moving far away from the blue balls that you summon. It meant I didn't get to keep my Eula and Huatao, but it was worth to do things correctly. I mean, it certainly would make for a much smoother experience in the long run, rather than like playing catch up. That's sort of what happened with my third account, actually. Like I guess it wasn't as bad as you described it, like my experience on my main account. Like at the very least, like I didn't level too many unnecessary characters in the early days. Like let's see, who did I level? Barbara, and I guess Lisa. Yeah, and then that's it. Like I didn't really level up anyone else that I didn't really need to. I guess Noelle maybe. Yeah, I guess Noelle. And Ningguang, but mostly because I really just didn't have anyone else at the time. So she was sort of necessary at the time. And as for weapons, at least I didn't level up too many unnecessary weapons. I remember this thing, definitely a huge waste. This thing as well. I guess Pike also was a waste. What else? Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I didn't waste too many resources on unnecessary stuff, thankfully. At AR-45, my highest character is level 4. Ooh, yikes. Okay, yeah, so like your resources were like spread everywhere, I guess, is what happened. Oh, hey Spartan, are you gonna play Wuthering Waves? It's apparently coming in a couple of days, 2 days.
よし、家のことは後にしよう。
Maybe, but I'm incredibly busy for the next month. I don't want it to drain my phone. Ah, yeah, right. Okay. Is it not available on PlayStation? I'm on it. I don't know really. I think it's really only on PC. Oh no, I didn't look at my ping yet. If my ping was okay. I remember playing this event on day 1 and seeing Okay. Oh dear, that was too close. I guess he saw me. Alright. I remember playing this event on day 1 and like so many people were just hiding. Like they were not. Uh-oh. They were not trying to fix this stuff. Oh, nice. Come on. Lure them away so I can fix this thing. He keeps coming back to this one because it's almost fixed. Okay. But nope. I almost oh dear. Oh man, that was close. I almost cursed. Oh, this guy probably watched Musashi's video. Yeah, the guy watched Musashi's video. He was sort of camping the like this thing where you get trapped in. A shifty Dell laptop can't run it. It went frame by frame for Street Fighter 5. Can only imagine how bad a modern game would be, mobile port or not. Optimization is something that hardly anyone takes into account nowadays. Like okay, like for example Modern Warfare, right? Call of Duty, right? Like think of like I don't know how they managed to somehow get to 200 gigs on a AAA game, but you bet that was you bet one of the reasons how they did that was by ignoring all optimization. Right, that was just the boss saying, "Okay, get it done by this date. Get it done by this date." And yeah, get it done by this date, and then that's it. Like release. And then the devs were like, "Okay, we just got to get it working. It doesn't need to work well, it just has to work." This is so visible. The dude can see me. It's so open. Ding. Why am I don't know why I'm staying quiet. I'm not hiding, Ariel. Okay. Are they even fixing it? Nobody else seems to be fixing it. Like, there are no dings. I'm not hearing any dings on the map. I need to get that thing. He got it already. I wanted to get the favor thing. Oh, I'm the closest to the good guy. Alright. We're sort of safe, I think. No, we are not safe. We are not safe. We are not safe. He's still chasing me. Okay. Oh, jeez. Can't believe I managed to escape. Oh, this guy's coming for me. Yep. I'll quit Genshin and play WoWa if the gameplay gives me close or equal amount of satisfaction. Because the gacha is already way more satisfying in terms of weapon banner. Especially when characters in WoWa are less censored for me. Well, I guess at the very least, it's like the censorship is like in Genshin, they hang a carrot in front of you, but then they never allow you to get that carrot. But without censorship, it's like you keep chasing the carrot, but at least like if you keep chasing it, like you will eventually have the carrot. Right? Whereas in Genshin, that carrot will be forever 1 inch away from the tip of your fingers. So what did I need? What did I need again for the extra rewards? So get the thing, like the blue thing. Favor, I think is what it's called. And then one is, I think, capture rebels. Capture rebels, repair a device. And I can't open the event page from here too. Is he chasing someone? Yep, he was.
何かを忘れているような。庭の手入れはやったし、茶も煎じた。気のせいかもな。
Oh man, I can't get that fever. The guy. All right, well, okay, because that guy got found. That guy's not gonna think anyone's here anymore. But this will still ding at 70. Oh dear, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help. He just stopped. Oh no, I don't have stamina. Darn it. Wuwa's device requirements will be low too, I guess, less laggy. Did they publish their device requirements already? The recommended device specs? You're always guaranteed the weapon banner. In standard banner, you can pick what you want. Oh wait, gotta see which one I got already. I guess I haven't been a rebel, so I'm pretty sure I already got 2 of these. Yeah, okay. Favor, capture a rebel, or sorry, not rebel, hunter. Favor, yeah, okay. A little harder to get the favor as a rebel, unless you get lucky. Iron Banner, you can pick what you want and you get that 5-star. Only thing same as Genshin is character banner, but the hard pity is 80 instead of 90. Oh, Hunter, nice. Shade Catcher Beacon on the ground, lasts for 30 seconds, will activate when Rebel steps into it. Radius, okay, sensor aura. Wait, what? Rebel who activates this beacon cannot disguise for a while. 30-second cooldown. Activates this beacon, cannot disguise for a while. Up to 2 Shade Catcher beacons can exist simultaneously. Activate Rebel steps into the give a hunter alert. Okay. That's pretty OP. Nobody. There you are.
Yep.
Darn it. Okay. Can I guess I can place this thing? Alright, cool.
Yep.
There's one. You went invisible, but I can still see you in a moment from now. Unless you disguise, and you haven't. He's out in the grapes.
Yep. 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 Yep.
No, you don't.
Yep. Yep.
No, that's the other one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. That one got repaired already. Time to use this thing.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's like this guy doesn't... I guess this guy didn't pick invisibility?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Man, I hate having high ping. Okay, that was a... What the... What? What? What is this? What? What is this? Oh, that's terrible timing.
Yep.
So, when there are still a lot of things to do in Genshin, I'm gonna be overwhelmed. I'm not gonna have enough time to do everything I need to do. Plus, it's a little less stable recently because, like, recently I've been looking for another job to do. Oh, is it here? Haha! Uh-oh. What does this thing do? It just makes me faster. Uh-oh. 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 Okay. We're fine. We're still fast. Haha. Oh, invisible. Ah, darn it. Okay. I just ran out of stamina. Give me Ayaka and a swimsuit outfit, and my credit card is yours, Miho. Yeah, I think they're saving that because, like, they know that players are going to like that. So I think they're saving that for last, or at least, if not last, then at least later. So in case for when it all goes downhill for Hoyo, for Genshin, go invisible, dude. Got caught. They will still have at least that. Like, they'll immediately make an announcement, Genshin skins, right? Like, they're gonna announce like 4 Genshin skins on the very next patch. Or at the very least, they're gonna throw up. What's the word? Like not like official art of those characters on their Twitter page, and then people are gonna be like, "New skin," and then they're gonna second thought. They're gonna have second thoughts about leaving Genshin for good. Still, you would think a new skin every couple patches would come out, right? So I guess, well, if you notice that there's no pattern so far with how often they release skins, because they don't want players to think that they don't want players to, I guess, to know when they're coming. Like the Diluc 5-star skin, honestly, I don't know. Maybe that was just like one of their devs had too much free time and it was like working on it. Maybe they just really liked Diluc and they were working on it while at work, and they showed their boss and it was like, "Hey boss, look at this. What do you think of this if we make this into a 5-star skin?" And they were like, "Okay, that looks good." And so it was the only one so far. They probably didn't sell that much or at least as much as they wanted to. Like the fact that they didn't make another one. Right, because like a 5-star skin is only a little bit more expensive. Right, it's not that much more expensive. But it also takes a lot more dev time. Because there's also the different animations, right? Not only the design. Oh dear, there I go. So not only the different design, but there's also the different animations, and obviously, the animations take, I think, the most time compared to like 4-star skins, like normal skins, non 5-star ones. They only take, they only take like just the design time. The time to design it, and then like because I think they can I can, cool. Is he climbing? No. Probably thought, no, you're not worth it. Oh, come on. You guys. Oh, I think he's climbing. And I'm screwed. I am screwed. I'm screwed, McDuck. Yep. What? Oh. Wow, what a spawn. Like right,
Yep.
basically right next to the hunter. Oops. I think it's coming for me first. What is this? There's something blocking my way. Oh, that's him. Okay, you. Do you girl meet RJ? Is this a serious question? Or is this some kind of new internet joke that I haven't heard of? Did by Windtrace? Did DBD what? Get a new update? Sorry, Powerlocks. Wait, what is DBD? Oh, Dead by Daylight. Okay, Dead by Windtrace. I guess so. Yeah, like Dead by Daylight got a new update. It's called the Genshin skin. They added a Genshin skin to Dead by Daylight. It's like you grill meat for a family feast? Well, okay, I'm gonna take that as a do I and my family do it? Yes. But me personally, I guess I will help watch it. But as for like myself cooking it, no. Like, I don't know when it's cooked or when it's not cooked yet. But yes, we do, but not me personally. Oh, this map. I like this map for the hunter. There aren't that many places to hide in. And there aren't too many places to get caught in. The guy went invisible immediately. What an unlucky spot. Oh my god, that was terrible. I'm sorry for where you spawned, man. I should lay these traps down. Yep. So it said that it would give me it would give the hunter like I don't know, like some kind of alert, but I don't see any alerts. Yeah, like I don't see any alerts happening. Also, Mona is not the right character to use here. These guys are good. They're working pretty well. They're working pretty well together. You're gonna show up eventually. Yep. you're gonna show up eventually. Or okay. So only got 2 to go. I can see you now. And you cannot go invisible.
Yep. Yep.
And you have to hide somewhere.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
There's one. I'm kind of tempted to temporarily from Clorinde for Orochimaru, so I can have both him with Frina and Nahida, double hydro. Run Hyper Bloom. Some small part of me kinda wants to get Baizhu. Just so, because like the only 2 off-field Dendro applicators that I have right now are, so technically there's Kali and there's Dendro MC, but like the only ones with actual value now are Nahida and Yao Yao. And if I get Baizhu, cutting out really is my, no, my thing seems, I don't know, my bitrate seems okay. But the actual value are Yao Yao and Nahida, because like Yao Yao for healing, but it's not like, it's not the most convenient way of healing, whereas like with Baizhu you just press E and then Q. Albeit Baizhu has a longer burst animation because he's a 5-star, but Yao Yao, while has a short burst animation, you have to spend more time with her on the field so that you could heal a bit more. Thankfully, because of how much she heals, like you don't have to spend like the full duration of her burst on the field to get a good amount of healing. But I don't know, it just and I guess Baizhu does have the shield thing, which isn't really a shield. I think most people sort of look at it as like a resistance to interruption kind of ability instead of a shield. Alright, just gonna check out. Oh, what's this? Avoid being hit by her at all while being affected by Bond of Life. Really? That's a achievement? Okay. Alright, just gotta check the second account, see if I forgot anything over there.
花と酒を手に景色を堪能しようとしたが、あの頃とはもう違う。悠々とまた。
I guess that's it. Yeah. I don't know, maybe this week or next week I might do a stream just to do Sino's story quest. Yeah, I guess not, you know, like, we're already at Battle Pass 50, which very often signals to me that the patch is almost over. And well, yeah, technically it is almost over. No more big events, main events already done. Exploration done. Big world quest is done. I guess that's it. Anyway, the Windtrace this time was pretty fun. I liked it. I like the new twist on it. I like the Dead by Daylight-ish kind of twist on it, and it seems a lot more fair for the hunter. Now, some people are gonna say the hunter is too OP in this kind of Windtrace, but I think it's just fair. Like, you as the rebel should be scared of the hunter. But I think the maps are just... I hate the maps. Some of the maps are okay, but the Dawn Winery map is terrible. I hate it. Like, you get caught on everything. There was even a time I was a hunter I was a hunter and we were at Dawn Winery, and it was awful. I got caught on something, like, and I was stuck there for so long. I don't remember exactly where it was, but I think I can remember where it is if I go there. I wish Hoyo would let us craft artifactories. You know, I recently watched Zajeff's video talking about Uwa, Wuthering Waves, and there was a thing in Wuthering Waves where apparently you could make something by farming a bunch of monsters, and I thought if Hoyo, like, if Genshin had something like that, right? Like, if Genshin gave us a reason to want to farm monsters other than collecting ascension materials, right? Like, if they could give us like a way to craft something that is like very valuable in endgame by farming monsters, like, I don't know, like, make monsters suddenly drop like a new item called like monster essence or something like that, and that we could use that monster essence to make, I don't know, like, what would be like a valuable end game thing, like I don't know, an artifact resetter, right? Like an item that would reset the rolls, the artifact rolls, or something like that, right? Or at least artifact XP or resin. I don't know, something that endgame players would enjoy. And if that were the case, I know it's grindy, but players, like, we have such a wide variety of enemy types now that players could just be like, I'm bored of farming Hilichurls. I'm gonna farm the enemies from Chenyu Vale now. I'm gonna farm the Fontaine mech now, right? Like, they could just, like, you know, it's not a good solution. It's not a perfect solution, but it's something. I remember I was chasing. I think this was the right spot. Yeah, I think so. Oh yes. I think this is the right spot. It was somewhere here I got caught here. Like, I was trapped in like that eternal falling animation. It was somewhere here. I don't know how I did it. Maybe because like the hunter has like the extra speed. So that's how I got caught in it. I think this is it. Like somewhere between these things. I got caught here for like for so long that I was just, man, I don't know, like I wanted to rage. Like it was so annoying. Like such a simple mini game. Such a simple mini game, like causing me that much. Just it was annoying. Like I wanted to chill. I wanted to play a simple mini game, but then I can't play it properly because stuff like that, getting caught on these things. I was trapped in like the eternal like falling animation. I don't know how I even did it. I can't even replicate it. Tips for beginners? I guess. Sorry, are you talking about like beginners, like Windtrace beginners, or like Genshin beginners? Genshin beginners, I guess. For Windtrace beginners, I'm hardly the best player at the game. Like I just play the game, really. But as for Genshin beginners, I guess you just gave me a good idea. For a video, if only I could put in the effort to actually make the video. But okay, so there are, at the very beginning, you really shouldn't have to bother thinking of building characters just yet. At the very beginning, just don't build certain characters that will not be used in the long term. Like so in the very early game, I think it's okay to build Kaya. So you can level up Kaya, and I'm sure you're also going to be wishing a little bit. So sooner or later, you're going to get Harbinger Dawn. I'd recommend leveling it because there's a chance that it might not be, that you might not use it forever. But it's also one of the early game weapons, like one of the easier weapons that most people can get early on in the game, that has a chance of being usable forever. Hey, what's up, Lap? How you doing, man? Not gonna lie, I like the new Windtrace a little bit. The kicks to fix, but I think it's alright. Yeah, I like it too. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fair, and okay. Some of my biggest gripes about it are just the obstacles. Like it's not in the Windtrace minigame itself, but like just the way that characters get caught in everything, and it's really annoying because like, okay, you know how like sometimes when you fall off like a cliff that's not perfectly straight, like it's just let's see, can I find something like that, right? A cliff that's not perfectly straight, instead of so instead of falling straight down, you sort of enter the sliding animation and you can't really do anything, so you're just stuck there until you're all the way down. And like for example, getting caught in these things, right? Like they could have, jeez, you know, they could have just made it like just not added colliders on these sticks. Like I understand it would be weird, kind of weird as like it would be a little a few points minus a few points off of I guess what's the word I'm looking for, immersion. Yeah, the immersion that, oh, it's a real grape farm or something, right? That there's sticks on it that you can get caught in. But then like it's so annoying. Like look at this, right? You get caught in everything. experienced that in the Inazuma map the most. Inazuma map? Wait. Why don't I remember an Inazuma map? Wait, we didn't have an Inazuma map this time. Did we? Or are you talking about a previous Windtrace? I use Sayu, but she can't chase. Yeah, you can't use your skills. So, yeah, going back to your question, Ken. Yeah, I would recommend, so keep as many copies of... Where is it? Keep as many copies of... So this thing, you might find a use for it, so keep at least 5 or 10 copies of it. 5 to 10 copies, and this thing, keep at least 10 to 15 copies of this thing. And this thing too, keep at least 10 to 15 copies of this thing. This thing too, keep like 10 to 15 copies of this thing. Yeah, it's really useful. As well as like while you're starting off, I don't have it anymore, but oh yeah, I still do have I do have a couple of them. So keep as many Berserker pieces as you can, like in the very early game, because they're gonna help you out a lot, like that crit rate. Also, I would recommend a little looking into a little bit about how to build characters. In that way, you could you could start to at least put some effort into trying to build your characters. Even in the early game, they should help you out by a lot. The starter characters that I would recommend that you use early on in the game would be somebody like Kaya. He's a pretty useful character. And if you want to use, if you want to be freezing enemies, you could use Kaya, and you could use, I guess, Barbara. Where is she? Yeah, you could use Barbara, but then like I would recommend do not level up Barbara. Like if you need to level her up just so she stops getting one hit, just level her up a little bit, but not above 40. Like just that's it. Stop. Don't remember my first weapon, the Traveler Sword. Was so good for me when I first started. I love weapons that recover HP. Weapon? That recover HP? What sword is that? This thing? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I guess that's really helpful because like especially early on in the game, most of the enemies were Hilichurls, and Hilichurls drop a lot of particles. They drop them pretty often too. Getting my first legendary artifact from Liyue puzzle quest was so rewarding. The the noblesse piece. My biggest regret on the PS5 account was leveling the exclusive sword. I don't remember what it does, but I do remember how bad it is. It's like, so I don't know if you right? So I think there's like a PlayStation exclusive bow and a sword, and then there's also Aloy. So I think Hoyo has like a sort of like love-hate relationship with Sony. Like I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's like behind closed doors, but they seem to hate Sony. It's like they always give him the short end of the stick. I don't know, like maybe Sony is asking too big of a percentage on sales, on their sales on the place, for anyone playing on the PlayStation. Maybe, and maybe that's why like Hoyo seems to hate Sony, like judging from the characters and the weapons that have anything to do with the PlayStation. I want another hopefully dormant port come soon. Ah, yep. Sooner or later. Yeah, I heard rumors that that's gonna come pretty soon. I don't know where it's gonna be, but it's gonna be somewhere. Even other companies can't escape from Hoyo's wrath, and it only affects us that have characters and our weapons. Big reveal is Aloy is actually the Saritsa. And this is your free alternative skin. Alright, anyway, I'm sorry guys, I got work in 20 minutes from now, but I have to cook rice before then. So anyway, for anybody else, for anybody who needs help building the characters, accounts, making a decision on which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and in the pinned message in our YouTube chat. If you want for my opinion, personally, you can ping me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein on Discord. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, everyone. Alright, take care. GG's.